Day 1 flop. It's over. Dead on arrival. Everyone says Highguard is failing. Everyone is hating. Low player numbers, bad reviews, low Metacritic score, hype collapse. I call bullshit. In fact, I think this is a lot of emotion and very little understanding of how different business models actually work. I think Highguard is a service game judged with premium expectations, and that's unreasonable. And honestly, it shows that even today, many traditional players, developers, and publishers still don't truly understand how fundamentally different classic premium games are compared to service and free-to-play games. We need to learn this. We need to understand how critical product strategy is. And we need to make a clean cut between business models. Because right now, people, players, and professionals are missing what actually matters. Let's talk about that. Highguard was marketed like a AAA premium title. Big stage, big reveal, big confidence. That kind of marketing strategy tells players, this is finished, this is deep, this is complete. But the product itself is something else. Highguard is an early-stage free-to-play service game. Strong foundation, good and unique combat feel, clear core loop, and lovely high production values. But not a lot of meat on the bones just yet. And that's not a flaw. That's normal for service games. The issue isn't quality, it's expectation alignment. So why does the backlash feel so extreme? High expectations remove patience. Players don't say, this will grow. They say, this feels empty, this should have more, this is unfinished. Same product, different framing, completely different reaction. That's why the negativity feels louder than the actual situation. Let's ground this in numbers. Right now, Highguard sits around 10k concurrent players. People treat that like a disaster. It isn't. 10,000 CCU usually translates to something like 80,000 to 150,000 daily active players, depending on session lengths. That's totally enough for an early product. You have fast matchmaking, stable queues, regional splits, retention analysis, monetization testing. This is not a dead game. This is a viable service baseline. What matters now is not user or press perception. It's retention, engagement, and monetization. Now, let's bring in Concorde as a contrast. Not because the games are identical, but because the mistake was taken one step further there. Concorde made the same expectation error. AAA presentation, premium positioning, finished product messaging. But on top of that, it added a $40 price paywall, and that changed everything. By charging upfront, Concorde cut off sampling, telemetry, iterations, and second chances. Players couldn't just try and see. They had to decide before playing. And once players say, not worth my money, well, that's final. No return window, no learning phase, no recovery. That's why Concorde collapsed fast. This is exactly where Highguard did one very important thing differently. They made the game free. That alone keeps the door open. Players can try, leave, and return later. The game can still learn, tune, iterate, and grow. This is exactly how healthy early-stage free-to-play games work. That's why Highguard and Concorde are not on the same level, even if early perception looks similar. There's one more recent example worth mentioning here, FBC Firebreak by Remedy, sharing the same universe with the hit games Control and Alan Wake. Firebreak is interesting because it failed quietly. Strong studio reputation, interesting design ideas, a respected IP, but it made two critical mistakes. First, it overestimated brand power. Control is respected. I love Control, but it's not big enough to carry a service game alone. Second, it launched with a premium price tag without having strong service systems in place. that killed learning. Low player volume, little telemetry, no real iteration window. Firebreak wasn't a bad game at all. It was a service game, but without the tools, live ops, design experience, or runway to become one. And that's exactly what Highguard still has, a runway. People bring up Apex Legends a lot, especially because of Wildlight's background, the studio behind Highguard. But Apex launched with immediate depth. Clear mastery, clear identity, a matter that unfolded naturally. It didn't ask for patience, it earned trust on day one. Apex utilized a surprise launch marketing campaign, abandoning traditional pre-release hype for immediate impact. Instead of trailers, Respawn Entertainment and EA relied on influencers and user-generated content. The product spoke for itself, no empty hype, and the team could confidently improve and update the game with the given foundation. Highguard, on the other hand, created big marketing hype and then asked for product patience. The product approach is actually fine, but then the marketing framing must match. Marketing strategy and product strategy did not align. The hype was simply too big for the early product that was delivered. Two wonderful examples that show what is required if you decide for a rather classic hype-building marketing strategy are Genshin Impact and Destiny. Genshin Impact launched free-to-play with huge expectations, a big and long marketing campaign rivaling games like Zelda Breath of the Wild. And players got even more than what they expected from something that looked like a mere Zelda copycat at first glance. Massive, engaging exploration, deep, meaningful story arcs, characters with depth, and real completion. Destiny launched as a premium game. You got a full, high production value campaign comparable to Halo. Everything after felt additive. It expanded the game, it enhanced the experience, it grew into something much more massive even. That's the rule. High expectations only work when day one value is undeniable. The biggest risk right now isn't player count, it's dev team psychology. When negativity gets loud, teams panic. They start chasing sentiment, rushing content, stuffing systems, designing by Reddit. That's how service games destroy their own foundations. What actually matters now are four things only: retention, engagement, monetization, and continuous, persistent user acquisition. Nothing else. Not Steam reviews, not Metacritic scores, not Twitter threads, not YouTube Doom thumbnails. And this is different to classic premium game product strategies. If day 7 stabilizes, you are alive. If sessions grow, you are learning. If repeat spend appears, you are building trust. Everything else is noise. Highguard still has a real chance. Wildlight did marketing mistakes, but their product did not fail yet. It launched too loudly for what it is. But unlike Concorde and unlike Firebreak, it still has a free entry point, a stable player base, a service that can still learn, a game that can still grow and steer into the right direction with each update, with each iteration. Nothing is lost yet. If the team ignores the noise and focuses on service fundamentals and a suitable product strategy, this game can still work. Highguard doesn't need panic-driven redemption marketing. It needs product focus, patience, and service discipline. And that's something you can learn. If I had one message for the team, it would be this one. Don't give up now. Don't get distracted by the noise your marketing created. Focus on the product. Follow the metrics. Iterate, improve, update. Build retention, build engagement, build monetization. You are not making a bad game. Your game is strong, it's thoughtful, it's filled with talent and passion. Your base is promising. Don't lose your way now because of noise. This story is not over. If you want a deeper breakdown on retention, monetization, or live ops strategy, this is literally my daily work. I help teams build robust product strategies, design systems based on proven psychology, analyze markets, deconstruct games, and help projects recover from rocky launches. I worked with partners like Bandai Namco, Wizards of the Coast, Starbreeze, and more than 60 studios and publishers of all sizes. Subscribe to my YouTube, connect with me on LinkedIn, meet me at the next event even, or just reach out, let's schedule a call. I'm always happy to share what I've learned from more than a decade of research, analysis, and real-world work. Let's stay connected. I wish you a wonderful day.